going on, guys? Coming back at y'all with our Week 3 NFL predictions.
Yes.
Week 3. It was a crazy week. There was definitely a few upsets, and our records from the past week, I went 12-4, pretty good, and my running record is 20-11-1, not too shabby. 7 losses the first week. What's yours, Carson?
I went 8-8 this week. I got quite a bit of games wrong. Going into the second half, I was chilling. I was leading all of these games, and then my team just blew. And then over the whole season, I'm 18-13-1. So a little couple of games behind you.
Yeah.
I went 9-7 this last week, which is better than I did last week by 1 game.
Yeah.
But I am still in last place in the overall records with 17-14-1.
Hey, it's all right.
Hey, it all can change this week.
Yeah.
16-0. Here we go.
16-0.
Comeback season.
Yep.
All right.
So kicking off tonight, the Thursday night game is a big divisional matchup versus the Steelers and the Browns.
I got this one, boys.
Yeah.
My team playing tonight. My team winning tonight. Going 27-23. Like I said earlier, Steelers win. Pick the Steelers.
I agree. Steelers, I think Steelers win. I said 30-20. I have no idea. All I know is that the Steelers are plus 4.5 points, which is giving them way too much wiggle room. So, yeah, we'll take the Steelers.
I'm also picking the Steelers. I just think they have a better overall roster right now. To be honest, Jacoby's questionable on what he does throughout games, and seeing that they blew the game last week to the Jets, it could mean they're going to come out firing and win still, but I still think the Steelers are going to win this game.
We want Pickett. All right.
For real.
Next game on Sunday, we got Bills versus Dolphins, another divisional matchup.
It is.
The last couple times the Bills have played the Dolphins, it's been not close. What you got?
Me personally, I don't think we have yet to see Josh Allen slow down. I know it's been 2 weeks, but he looks like he's in full MVP form. He's just like, he's electric. Him and Diggs. And Tua, I mean, he threw for almost 600 yards and 6 touchdowns last week. Like, that's impressive, but I'll take the Bills any day of the week, yeah.
I'm taking the Bills. Just like you said, their offense is super crazy. And I think they're getting Trey White back this week. They've been missing him. And even if they don't have it, their defense is still insane. And it's going to play. They know how to play against Tyreek Hill. They've done it many times with the Chiefs. Obviously, he still gets his yards, but he might not get those deep touchdowns that the Ravens gave up last week.
Yeah, I'm definitely going with the Bills here. I think Jalen Waddle is going to have himself another game. Just the same thing you said. They know how to play against Reed. They've done it before. So I don't think they're not going to shut him down by any means. It's almost impossible to shut him down.
No.
But I think they will limit his targets, and I think Jalen Waddle will be the #1 receiver this week.
No, I agree. I think Jalen Waddle, but I don't think he's going to have a crazy stat line. I think he's going to go like 8 for 80, like something like that. Like,
I don't know. I think Gesicki might have his game because that linebacker core is a lot different than the DBs, but
that's true.
we'll see. Next game up is a whole lot of disappointment. The Cincinnati Bengals versus the Jets. So last year, Mike White and the Jets came away with this game and beat the Bengals.
Yeah,
My
somehow.
boy Mike White.
They might be. They still got Lee Joe playing.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson's still out. The Bengals. I think the Bengals will figure it out this week and absolutely obliterate the Jets. So Jamar Chase might have himself a day.
That's what I'm saying. I'm on board with Carson.
Sauce giving up his first touchdown this week.
I agree. Bengals, Joe Burrow's been a little iffy here and there. Like, his week 1 was awful. I think this is a huge bounce back week. They're getting over the hangover. Like, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. What better opponent than to go beat the Jets?
As much as I want to pick the Jets,
Yeah.
I hate the Bengals.
It is smart.
I mean, Joe Burrow deleted Snapchat, deleted Twitter, deleted Instagram.
He locked in.
He is locked in, so I think he's going to have a good game, receiving towards one of the best in the league. I'm going with the Bengals.
A big part of it, I think, is the offensive line battle for this week. The two teams they played previously have those dominant pass rushers, and the Jets really don't have somebody that's that good. Yeah, Carl Lawson's like decent enough, but I don't think they'll be in 7-sack mode like they've been the past 2
Yeah,
years.
if Joe Burrow's not doing sacked 7 times a game, they're just going to have a decent game.
Yeah.
Well, next game up is another disappointing teams. The Raiders and the Titans. The Raiders blew a game last week, and the Titans just stink for some reason.
I said it before the season started. It can still happen. Raiders going 11-6. I'm picking the Raiders this game. Titans blow.
All right, here's where I am on this. The Raiders, they have a pretty good roster on paper. Like, that offense is not bad. They had an unlucky Hunter Renfrow got not unlucky.
He got
I mean,
smashed.
it was just some great plays. It's not his fault. But the Titans, like, they gotta figure it out at some point. And I would be a little more hesitant to pick the Raiders. But after we saw Malik Willis come in, and there's a big question mark there, and he didn't look amazing. Tannehill looks bad. Raiders have a more complete team right now. That D-line's pretty nuts, too.
Go with the Raiders.
Oh, hell yeah.
You got it. You got it.
Don't take the Giants, bro. Please don't. Please don't.
If you do, you already lost.
Yeah, you're. That means you're
we
down
told you that
3
with
games.
the Packers last week. You didn't believe us. We were right. I'm telling you right now. If you take the Titans, you lost the game.
There's just the
Yeah.
part of me that's the Titans have a dog in that backfield.
Dude, he's hung up on Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's averaged 2 yards a carry this year. He's not it right now.
Dude's looking like Zeke right now.
It's facts.
That's a bad.
You know
I think
you
the
know
Raiders
his-
have too much offensive power for this game, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Titans win. I'll take the Raiders here this time. Next
Dude,
week, change my mind.
You were even talking about how Derrick Henry's stats went, or his
He
touches.
has a lot less carries.
Yeah, exactly.
But that don't mean it ain't gonna change. He's gonna get 75 this week. Who knows?
We'll see.
Next up, another divisional matchup: Saints
Uh,
versus the Panthers. What do you think, Chiz?
Saints coming off an L against the Bucks.
Hold
They
on.
usually.
Are the Panthers 0-2?
The Panthers are 0-2.
Okay.
The Saints are 1-1.
Okay.
The Saints have played 3 divisional games for their first 3 weeks.
Saints usually beat the Bucks.
Yeah.
The fact that they didn't makes me think they're a little off right now.
Jameis
Yeah,
is
I
hurt. Kamara's questionable.
And I think CMC is due to have a breakout game. So I'm going to go with the Panthers.
And what better way to do it than at home, right?
Mm-hmm.
Back in Bank of America Stadium, the homeland, we taking the Panthers. CMC's got to have one of those games, and he's not like a stat pad player. Like he can get you down the field. He'll get you his yards. Give him the ball 50 times a game. I think this is one of those games we're gonna see it. It's a huge win that they need.
Let's wait for this boy to mess it up.
No,
I
he
went-
hates the Saints. He's going back.
I went to the Panthers Saints game last year, like week 2. Jameis looked absolutely terrible. The Panthers won. That's when the Panthers were on the, we got Sam Darnold. He's amazing. Let's go. I'm taking the Panthers because Jameis has like some back issues. And obviously I need the Saints to lose as many games as possible for the Eagles to get their draft picks to brag. So give me the Panthers here.
For sure.
Next game, we got 2 interesting teams going on. The Ravens and the Patriots. Who you got?
So, Lamar, he looks great. The receiving core looks better than I thought it would. I knew Bateman would show up at some point, but even Devin Duvernay kind of stepped in. He looks good. Mark Andrews looked like the same Mark Andrews we saw with Tyler Huntley. But, that Patriots defense, it did have some bright spots versus the Steelers, but I don't think that they can be the caliber of Lamar Jackson. I don't think they're going to be able to stop him. And this is one of the closer games on this slate this week.
I'm taking the Ravens. Like I said before, I don't understand what's going on with the Patriots offense or who's calling plays or whatever's going on over there. And the Ravens defense, they have a good pieces.
Yeah.
They just collapsed last week just because of some blown coverage that neither the corner or the safeties knew what was going on and just let Tyreek Hill run past them 3 times. But the Ravens looked like they were in full control of that game and then just collapsed late. I think they'll be able to figure it out and finish this game out against the Patriots.
For sure.
I'm definitely going with the Ravens here. I mean, Patriots played Steelers last week, and they let our offense put up some points on them, which isn't a great offense at all. The Ravens' offense is way better.
Yeah.
So I think the Ravens are just going to outscore them.
Yo, smoke him.
Well, next game up, once again, another divisional matchup, the Lions and the Vikings. The Vikings looked so miserable last week, and the Lions played pretty good game against the Commanders.
And you know who doesn't look miserable? The first half Lions. I mean, their offense is definitely there. They have everyone on that offense has had very bright moments. Like Swift is amazing. Amon-Ra's amazing. Jamal, I mean, he's scored a few times. He's gotten there. Hawkinson looks fine. DJ Chark looks fine. Josh Reynolds got a touchdown this week. I think the Lions win this game. I think it's going to be a closer game than the Commanders, but I still have faith in the Lions. Hashtag one pride.
I'm going with the Vikings just because we've seen what Kirk does on normal days. He's just not very good on Monday night for some reason. And Justin Jefferson's definitely angry from being in a body bag from Darius Slay last week, so he's going to probably do what he did against the Packers and have like 200 yards again, so I'm taking the Vikings here.
I'd like to point out, though, that Ifiatu and Amanio were both playing this week. They were both on the limited participant today. Or no, that was yesterday. I think Amanio was full participant today.
I'm also going with the Vikings here.
Oh.
Because, alright?
Yeah.
Lions got their first win of the season last week.
Yeah.
Played a good game. You know, there's so much hype around the Lions right now. Like you were saying, they're the second highest scoring team in the league.
Mm-hmm.
You said something about having that record of like 73 quarters in a row with points.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so much hype around them. They're feeling good, like on cloud 9. And the Vikings are throwing off a tough loss. I think they're going to be on demon time. And they're just going to come out, play their game.
I think Dalvin's going to have a big part of this game.
I think Dalvin will too, because that Lions front seven is a little
I
questionable.
mean, we ran for a frick ton of yards against the Lions.
But here's
and
here's what I'm
better than
saying.
Miles Sanders,
So the Lions, they played the two secondaries they played were the Eagles. I know it's week 1, and the Commanders, and those are both arguably better than the Vikings, especially if they're gonna keep that miserable safety back there. Just let DJ Chark run deep every single play, like.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Next up, we got my boys, the Eagles versus the Commanders. Obviously, I'm taking the Eagles here, but this is the Carson Wentz revenge game. First time back playing as the Eagles in 2 years. I still think we have too good of a team to lose this game.
I'm also going with the Eagles here. I think that I just don't think the Commanders they're alright this year, but they're not near the same caliber as the Eagles are so far. So I'm going with the Eagles.
This game is in DC, so it's not in the link, and I think we'll lose one of the games against the Commanders, but I think it'll be the second one instead of this one.
It's a neutral game. Eagles coming off of 2 wins. The Commanders, maybe last year's Commanders, they looked a little stronger, but still missing your best player. Eagles look super strong.
Yeah, they still don't have Chase Young.
And that's, like, it means so much.
They have some D-line pieces, but I think our offensive line will hold themselves caliber enough and be able to pick apart that secondary. And they have a pretty good offense now, but
For sure.
I mean, we saw what the Eagles did last week against the Vikings offense, which is arguably better than the Commanders. So Wentz could either have a game where he plays great, throws a couple passages that are intercept capable, or he can play terrible like last year against the Jags. So
We'll
you
see.
never know what Wentz you get until you see the game. Well, next up we got the Chiefs and the worst team in the league, the Colts.
Yeah, I don't think it's really.
So-
Yeah, I don't think it's close.
Easily taking the Chiefs here. The Colts just look so miserable. Matt Ryan looks so terrible.
Jonathan Taylor had 2 yards of carry, ran for like 30 yards. Like, Mahomes is just.
Last week they were
Watching
out a
him
bunch
is
of
so
players.
fun.
They didn't have Michael Pittman. They didn't have DeForest Buckner. They didn't have Shaquille Leonard. They didn't have like their big guys other than Jonathan Taylor. I think they're still out Shaq Leonard this week, but I think they got DeForest Buckner back, and Michael Pittman's supposed to play. So it might be relatively
0.
more competitive, but I think the Chiefs still win this game. So I'm
Hey,
taking
they'll
the
do
Chiefs.
better than last week. They dropped 0. Maybe they get 3 this week.
Don't know if they will. Anyway, Texans Bears, right?
Next up, we got a snooze fest. The Texans versus the Bears. The Bears have attempted a total of 20 passes.
Okay,
So,
the Bears, as much as I'd like to say that the Texans will win, just to rub it in one of our buddies' faces.
Give me Dougie Mills and Brandon Cooks going crazy. Here we go, Texans.
You're taking Texans?
Yep.
I'm taking the Bears. They didn't look that bad. They have Justin Fields. He's just, oh my, like, I don't know about him. But, like, Monty's looked a little better. Darnell Mooney still hasn't really done much.
He had one catch for -4 yards.
They still have, like, decent front seven with a younger-ish secondary who got smoked, but we'll see.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bears.
Brandon Cooks is a start in fantasy this week. That's all I got to say.
Definitely is.
I think I'm gonna go with the Bears here because
Yeah, let's hear it.
against the Packers have a good team. You know, it's not as good as it was by any means, but it's still a good team.
Yeah.
And they were able to. They kept it close for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
They established a run game. They didn't establish a passing game.
Yeah.
If they can do that, they win.
This is a great game for Justin Fields to showcase some of his passing ability, even though he can't survey the field
to all those
whatsoever.
weapons they got over there.
Yeah.
Cole Kmet has 0 targets on the season.
We
Or
got-
0 catches, I mean.
Equator and Darnell Mooney gonna get it done. All right, next game we got Jags Chargers.
Easily taking the Chargers here.
Chargers.
I don't know if Keenan's playing yet, but if he doesn't, Mike Will's going to baptize all them corners anyways.
Yeah, dude, it doesn't matter.
Eckler should have a good game again this week. I don't know.
Justin Herbert looks so strong.
Justin Herbert is said to be day-to-day. He practiced today.
I think he'll
I
play.
think he's going to play. Hopefully, for their sake, they can get up in the first half where he can just like come and sit, so he won't be in a situation to get hurt more. But
He got that dog in him. He was out there fighting.
I just don't think the Jags have enough on defense to stop that offense.
They got nothing.
Let alone the Chargers.
T-Law
defense, so-
sucks. Let's go play with some swag.
All right. Chargers sweep.
Next game, we got another divisional matchup: the Rams versus the Cardinals. The Cardinals have looked so bad in the first half of both games. Week 1, they still sucked in the second half. This week, they decided to put it together and rally back to beat the Raiders. I don't know. What you thinking, Chase?
I'm thinking that if the Cardinals had D-Hub, I'd choose the Cardinals.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
Since they don't have Christian Kirk anymore. He was an average receiver for them.
They got
They got Hollywood. They just cut Andy Isabella.
AJ Green.
They got Greg Dortch.
Yeah. See, no, I'm going with
Yeah.
the Rams. If they had D-Hub though, I think I'd take the Cardinals after last week.
Kyler looked. He had some promise. He looked like he should be paid a few $1 million, but the Rams coming off a Super Bowl. I mean, that roster's still stacked. That team's good. Cooper Kupp is him.
Yeah.
Taking the Rams all the way.
I'm going Rams. They had that game locked up last week. They just let off the gas to let the Falcons act like the game was close. I'm taking the Rams here. I don't think the Cardinals have enough to compete in these games.
All right, biggest game of the week, closest game, 2 of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, Packers versus Bucks. What do you think it is?
This entire game
Yeah.
depends on what receivers Brady gets to have for the game. Obviously, Mike Evans is out.
Mike Evans is suspended.
Julio still questionable.
Julio's on the rise of playing.
Yeah.
Compared to Chris Godwin.
Chris Godwin, as we just said, below Julio, still could play, wouldn't be as likely. So, obviously, receiving core is probably pretty equal at this point.
Yeah.
Patrick receivers suck. And at that point,
So difficult.
I think I'm going to go with the Packers because Tom Brady has been so angry with his receivers, and Aaron Rodgers is starting to figure out his receivers. So Tom Brady has those same people back in. I think I'm just going to go with the Packers here.
Dude,
What's he rocking?
So the Packers, they're starting to figure things out. The receiving core looked a little more promising, but it's also the Bears. And then, so give me that, yes, for one. But the Bucks, it's Tom Brady. He will rise to the occasion. he likes big games. He always it's always these weird games versus like the Saints mid-season that he just can't seem to win. But like stick him in the playoffs and he'll beat a team like with the worst roster ever if he needs to. But I think it's gonna be super close. I'm taking the Bucs. I have to. Don't fade the GOAT, baby. But also don't fade that back-to-back MVP.
You've been saying it. I'm not fading them.
Right before
I'll
this.
fade them.
Right before this.
Huh?
I saw a tweet that says
Using insider sources, yo. Hold up.
all 4 of the receivers that play for the Packers, Alan Lazard, Christian Watson, Sammy Watkins, and Randall Cobb, all didn't practice today. So, in a situation where maybe all 4 of them don't play, he gonna go out there with absolutely nobody, and maybe pray Aaron Jones can figure it out. And Bob Tunyon.
When's the last time you had 4 starting receivers who not play?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying.
No, I think Lazard's gonna play this week. I believe so.
They still don't have Bakhtiari, their best player. I think the Bucs defense is gonna win this game for them. So I'm taking the Bucs.
You mean Tom Brady? But yeah, that's cool.
No.
Next game, terrible game, absolutely awful game. Probably will not be on the TV. But Falcons.
What a primetime matchup we got right here.
Falcons
How
versus
many of
Seahawks.
these last 3 games were on the TV, bro?
Too bad 2 of them are primetime games though.
Anyway, alright.
Well,
Falcons Seahawks.
Seahawks.
we got the team who didn't score an offensive point yet last week versus the choke masters themselves, the Falcons. So, what you thinking, bro?
Okay. The one reason, and this is the only reason I'm going to say this, Seahawks win this game. They're at home. They have a great fan base. Geno Smith is low-key sorry. He's low-key just terrible. Maybe we'll see a Drew Lock appearance this week.
Geno was him the first game.
The first half. The first quarter and a half. But
Yeah,
yeah.
the Seahawks scored. They had like a total of like 100 yards in the second half.
That's just all the fucking penalties.
I'll take
Yeah, but those were the
Seahawks.
Broncos.
Seahawks all the way.
Alright.
Who's Marcus Mariota throwing the ball to? Like, come on, bro.
Drake London looked good last week.
Kyle Pitts has
Kyle Pitts has
3 catches on
4
the
catches on the season for 38 yards, but
Just wait till he has 4 from
their coach did say the past 2 days that they're looking to get him more involved. I'm taking the Falcons. It's going to be like the worst game to watch ever, but
It's funny and go watch it.
me neither. But I'm taking the Falcons because they got more weapons, I think, than the Seahawks. So give me the
I'm going
Falcons.
with the Falcons here. You know what I'm saying? Marcus Mariota.
I sure don't.
No, I've never heard that
I know
before.
you've heard, that's why I've heard you say it before. Anyway,
He was goated in college.
Marcus Mariota. Falcons win this game.
It's a close game. I don't think there's a wrong pick here.
Still a snooze.
What's the line on this game? Do either of you know that?
Probably 0.
I think
Probably
the
pick 'em.
Seahawks are favored by a little bit.
Yeah.
But don't really know. Don't
All
really
right.
care either.
This one,
Broncos 49ers.
once again, Broncos country. Let's ride. You know what I'm saying?
They both looked so bad week 1.
But you know,
The Broncos also looked terrible week 2.
hey, you know who doesn't? Who's not bad forever though? Because he's him.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy
Give me the
Garoppolo.
49ers.
Give me the fucking 49ers. Take them all the way.
You said the Broncos.
I know, I'm joking.
I'm taking the
I'm
Broncos.
taking the
I'm taking the Broncos all the
Jimmy
way.
G is like that, bro. And he's finally getting a starting spot back. He's going to prove that he should.
I'm pretty sure they get George Kittle back for this week.
It was
You know they're going to give him the ball just because he's able to play now. They're down a couple running backs. They signed a bunch of veterans to play. So, I don't know with what they're going to be doing on offense other than giving Debo and Kittle the ball. But give me the 49ers here.
Russell Wilson wins, per usual.
He scored
Per usual.
He scored 9 points against the Texans.
Trust me, bro. All right, Cowgirls versus Giants.
This is a good game for me to watch the Cowboys lose because I always want the Cowboys to be the worst team possible, but I'm taking the Cowboys here because
Dude, the Giants.
God, the Giants
The
suck.
Giants are 2-0. It's got to end eventually, man.
There's no way they start a season 3-0.
Yeah.
So,
That's what I'm saying.
Give me the Cowboys.
Give me the Cowboys too. It's gotta end at some
Even
point.
though Cooper Rush is
sucks.
not very good,
He's terrible.
for some reason he's 2-0 in his career. I think Micah Parsons is going to absolutely eat Evan Neal alive. So
That's
give me the
that's
Cowboys
the
here.
one plus that they got, and it's a massive plus. He's having a deploy year. You got Chiz.
I really want to see the Cowboys lose. Just because.
Me too.
yeah, I always do.
I mean, I'd be cool to see the Giants go 3-0. That'd be like I'd probably
Like,
laugh.
respectfully, I'm picking the Cowboys, but I hope the Giants win. Like, who cares?
Give me the Giants, bro.
All right.
They're pulling it through. They're starting 3-0 for
Jeez.
the first time since who knows how long.
Never.
Yeah.
Doubt that's ever happened.
Well, when they had Eli.
Probably still didn't happen.
Maybe. There's a chance. Anyway, Giants, they're gonna pull it off.
Yeah, they are.
Who are you looking at?
Not.
When was the last time the Giants started 3-0?
Let's see.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
This.
That's not
Yeah, I think it's before time began. So,
2009.
all right.
It's due.
So ancient.
It's
so
due.
That just means it ain't happening.
All
I
right.
don't trust Danny Dimes to win 3 games, let alone 1. So, give me the Cowboys.
I got him. I got
I
him.
hope the Giants win. Go for it.
And with that, our picks are concluded.
Basically, I just went 16-0. So if you want to hop on and ride with me, go ahead.
Yeah, remember when you said that last week and you ended with the worst record?
Yeah. That's
What happened
right.
week 1 though?
Chiz, he
What
jinxed
happened
himself.
week one?
What happened week 1 and 2? I'm 3
What
games
happened
ahead of
to
you.
I was better week 1.
This dude's better than you. It doesn't matter.
I was better week 1. Don't matter.
All right.
No. Eagles win. Here we go.
All right. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next week.